This is just my opinion, just my theory. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Wacky Cat here. We all can't wait for AEW Fight Forever to release. And we're calling AEW the new No Mercy. Rightfully so. Everything we're seeing, to the momentum bar, to the mechanics, is exactly like No Mercy. But here's a thing a lot of you may not know. In-game sliders. 2K series have always had, from my understanding, in-game sliders. But guess what? No Mercy and games like No Mercy never had in-game sliders. There's a reason for that, which I'll get into it for us in a second. But will AEW Fight Forever have in-game sliders? If it's just like No Mercy, my opinion, it won't have. But if it's some type of revolutionary game which has in-game sliders and a No Mercy style, I don't know how that's going to work, but they may do it. But in other words, I don't believe AEW Fight Forever will have in-game sliders. Now, it's a reason why they didn't have sliders. They had a point system, No Mercy, WWF No Mercy, where you will give the wrestler points on different body parts on how his defense is and how he wrestles the other wrestler with his body part. In other words, each point represents the wrestler's offense and defense. So basically what I'm saying is the actual wrestler was itself a slider. Each individual wrestler is a slider, and they go into a match and duke it out to see which advantage will have the advantage in the match. And that in reality made it more realistic, where you have just two wrestlers. Because though I love sliders, and I made a lot of in-game slider videos with WWE 2K, I believe, and this is just a theory, that the in-game sliders kind of help the opponent get the advantage. Because if the wrestler is already strong, like if two wrestlers are fighting each other and they're going face to face, if you have an in-game slider that says how often you do this, how often you reversed, how often you reversed this, how often you reversed that, I feel like the weaker wrestler can get the advantage just because that in-game slider. Now, I could be wrong, but yeah, I believe not to have sliders, though I do use 2K sliders and have fun messing around with that, making videos. So, in reality, it's a more AI versus AI style where you're just using what you got for each wrestler and batting it out, going one-on-one. As simple as that. Now, AEW hasn't really showed us about their point system or sliders, so we can just guess, for right now, what type of way they will use it. But I believe they will have one of the two. Or could they have some type of combination where they use in-game sliders and the point system? The point system is a must, though. If the game is just like No Mercy, you can't. It's kind of like attributes where, you're just giving their points to how often they do this and how strong. So, yeah, it's going to be real interesting whether they do that. And a lot of the footage we saw from the Tokyo Game Show was computer versus computer, AI versus AI, and a lot of people was watching it. So, hey, AI versus AI, I'd be watching AI. So, hey, the guys made a video of it. Hey, that's what AI versus AI came from. No Mercy. And games like No Mercy, because they was more realistic. Like I said, your individual wrestler sliders and my individual wrestler sliders, one-on-one, no interference, no in-game helping the dude get an advantage. No, that's why AI versus AI was popular, due to the style that THQ and Ukes and the Ike Corporation made with those games, because they was more of a actually like Digimon, Pokemon style, where I'm taking you make your created star and I'll make my created star. We'll battle them out one-on-one and we'll just watch them fight. Now 2K, you can do AI versus AI, but I believe that it's not a pure AI versus AI match. The in-game sliders are helping him, which that's why if y'all guys seen a lot of my slider videos, my custom sliders, I kind of turn my sliders all the way down to 0 because I don't want the interference of the sliders helping the superstar, the weaker superstar. Now, one slider that I did like from WWE 2K19, talking about WWE 2K right now, as far as sliders are concerned, is the squash match sliders. You turn it all the way up. It's more realistic there, where a bigger superstar, a better superstar, will beat the crap out of a smaller superstar faster. No Mercy style of game, they didn't really have a squash match, but Andre the Giant will beat the opponent. They went by weight level, how heavy the superstar was. Like Andre the Giant, he was a big wrestler. He weighed more. He would dominate the weaker lightweight. They had different weight classes in No Mercy, which I predicting they probably will have, and that will determine if it's a squash match or not. How heavy your wrestler is. Is he a heavyweight, super heavyweight? They had those classes. If you had a super lightweight, this heavyweight will dominate the guy in No Mercy. As you can see, I'm predicting that Fight Forever will have the same aspect. But yeah, it's very interesting what type of situation we're gonna get. Well, anyway, can't wait for Fight Forever to come out whenever that is, this year, next year. Well, anyway, I'm Wacky Cat. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe, and I'm out.
This is just my opinion, just my theory. I could be wrong. I don't know.